Hi guys, welcome as we do this problem. The question, explain the following stepper motor terms. Guys, we have holding torque, residue torque, step response, pull in torque, and pull out torque. And so guys, we start doing the question. The first thing we begin is holding torque. For the holding torque, guys, this is the maximum torque stepper motor can maintain at standstill when energized. So guys, we are talking of a motor that is energized. Assuming that guys, this is the rotor of that motor. Guys, if we are able to stop the motor, and guys, this motor is already put on, that torque we apply, guys, is what we are calling the holding torque. Remember from the word holding, this motor is energized, but now we can hold it to stop it from moving. So that now force we apply is what we are calling holding torque. No wonder we have the word holding. So it's the maximum torque stepper motor can maintain at steady still when energized. We go now to residue torque. It is the small amount of torque present when stepper motor is not energized. Guys, let's take over motor shaft whereby the motor is already off. So guys, if we try to rotate that shaft, guys, it will rotate at a certain with a certain amount of torque, or we shall apply a certain amount of torque for the motor to rotate. And that is what we are now calling residue torque. Small amount of torque present when stepper motor is not energized. Guys, we now go to the step response. This is how the motor behaves after receiving single step pulse command. Guys, when a motor receives a single step pulse, guys, that motor begins to move. So guys, the motor will move to a certain position. It will also move with a certain speed, and guys, it will also move with a certain acceleration. And so that is the behavior we are talking about. Guys, now we go to the next pull-in torque. Is the maximum torque at which motor can start, stop without losing a step. So guys, we are talking of a motor which is, let's say the motor is start still, and then guys, we now put in power. So when we put in power, guys, there is that torque that will now be applied for the motor now to move in such a manner that it will not be losing any step, and even at a given speed. That is when the motor has already now attained its certain speed. Guys, it moves in such a manner that it is not losing any step. At that time, the pull-in torque is what we are now talking about. That the maximum torque at which the motor can start, stop without losing a step at a given speed. And so therefore, guys, when we are stopping that motor, and that motor goes to stop and does not lose any step, the torque now we apply to stop that motor is what we are calling pull-in torque. Or when we are starting a motor to now move at a certain speed without losing a step at that given speed, we call that one pull-in torque. So guys, we now go to pull-out torque. Maximum torque the motor can deliver without losing a step at a given speed. Remember that this motor is having a load. And guys, as it moves that load, it moves in such a manner that the torque it delivers to that load, and it does not lose any step at a given speed. Is what we are calling pull-out torque. Remember guys, if we overload the motor, it is going to lose a step, and therefore, guys, it will not be able to take the load. And therefore, guys, this motor has a maximum torque, of which if we go beyond maximum, guys, it will now begin to lose a step, and that can happen if the motor is overloaded. Guys, that is all that I have concerning the stepper motor terms. Thank you for listening to me. Bye bye.